There's a lot of talk recently and social commentary on the state of the modern internet, how it has either damaged us or possibly ruined humanity completely. Whether these things are true is up to perception, I suppose, but I wanted to share a personal example that I think speaks contrary. I wasn't always the most social person, and still am not an ideal social butterfly. So most of my time was spent with one group of people, or online still with the same friends during high school. I didn't really try and make different friend groups, and if I did, it was by external actions of others I already was acquainted with. In August 2020, my life had gone severely downhill. It was in the middle of COVID. I was kicked out of my grandfather's house, and I just felt lost. I didn't know who I was turning into as a person. In September of the same year, I came as close as I ever had to taking my own life, but scared myself out of the chance I nearly took. The fear was what kept me out of it, and I'm surprisingly now grateful for being a coward, I suppose. This is a really strange era of my life, and I felt always in a bubble of dull and slow moving malaise. Days crept as the temperature dropped outside. This new house I
Set that
lived
up
in
like
that
that.
really
That
never
looks good
felt like
shit.
mine. This was never due to the house itself, but to my own
Okay, let's
mental
see if we can
breakdown I
get
was
it
currently
right.
facing. Life was simply boring, and I felt like I was getting closer to finally taking that chance, even under fear's pressure. Sometime in late 2020 or early 2021, somewhere around there, I stumbled upon a TikTok profile named Matadolin, who had just recently posted a video I found quite funny.
Put a finger down, your parents just don't get you edition. Put a finger down if your parents just don't get you, right? Awesome. Put a finger down if you love Jesus. Yeah. This is an impression of a youth pastor. You thought you got away from.
I followed her, liked some more videos, and thought nothing of it. In February, after following her for a while, Matadolin posted a video of her pretending, I guess, to lift the camera and quote unquote choke it or whatever, because they didn't put their seatbelt on. It was a weird video that kind of took off and brought her back on my For You page. I hadn't looked at her in a while. And when I looked at her page this time, there was a Discord link in her bio. I checked it because I was curious to see how many were on it, and it was a small number of people, and I thought, yeah, I'm not going to join that. Um, well, I didn't until the next day, and I don't know what it was, but I just simply decided to. For much of the first time I was there, I didn't really say anything, and I was just lurking and seeing what other people in the server were. Um, and in the server, there was a introductions chat where you posted a picture of yourself, said who you were, and about yourself. And I somehow mustered the bravery to post a picture of myself in the chat, which is something I definitely wasn't accustomed to. Something about this group of individuals, though, intrigued me, and I actually stepped outside the box and posted that picture. Especially at the time, I was very self-conscious and obviously depressed, so I don't know to this day why that picture was posted, and I didn't just remain a lurker. And surprisingly, this would go even further than expected. Andrew, a member on the server, was also a musician who had a show coming up that was going to be live that night through I think it's called Bands on Stage, or Bands in Town, actually, Bands in Town, and no one could figure out how this worked, how this streaming service worked, and for some reason I really looked into it and figured it out, and told my friends on my other server that I would be back, and they had no clue where I was going, and I really didn't know either, but I basically streamed the show for the people who couldn't figure out the streaming service, and we all watched it together, and everyone had a good time, and they thanked me at the end and just gave me the title on the server, Stream Man. It felt good, and it was something completely new to me, especially at that time, and for the first time in months, I had felt actually happy with myself and accomplished. Shortly after this, there came a time where people wanted to play games and do other social chats on the Discord chat with this newfound confidence on the server. I decided to join the chat and actually met Madeline herself, now known as Madeline, and met several others too. There's a group that constantly played at the time: Moose, Jesney, Eska, Matt, Andrew, and myself. Due to some strange people, Moose eventually made an OG chat, which I was a part of. It had the people previously mentioned, but also had Benji and Hadley, two members who I hadn't talked to yet, but had frequently seen on the server. February of 2021, Texas was hit by snow like no other year, and I hadn't seen anything like this in a long time. And it was the first time truly I had seen actual snow instead of just fluff since I was probably 8 or 9 years old. Um, However, as pretty as it was to see, the entire state was locked down basically by nature, where we were stuck in our houses, and most of the state lost power as well. Somehow, though, I was lucky enough to never lose power, and I just lost my water, but I was able to stay on the chat. And it was during this time that my life would completely change, I'd say. Sounds dramatic, but
Am I
it's,
right?
it's true.
Is it killing
It
itself
was during
now?
this snowstorm that I was conversing with some newly
You know who's killing
discovered
itself?
amazing people. We began to play
Yeah.
Roblox together,
Me.
and particularly played this game mode called Laundry. It was a simple game where you monotonously cleaned clothes and made money, but while we played, we found it fun to answer personal questions and figure out things about each other. And these became laundry nights, and they were rather common for a time. During the midst of my depression, this was a revolutionary thing. Most of my time was now spent conversing with this new group of people, and I had truly become rather attached with them in a short amount of time. So much so, actually, my friends poked and said I had moved on to a new group of friends or something along those lines. But without joking, I think this group really actually saved
Oh,
my
no.
life, especially during this time, because I was at such a downhill
Weird and
spot.
hard. Okay, so it
Currently,
takes
I
a
wasn't
second for me
expecting
to get
anything good to happen to me. I wasn't expecting Benji to stand in the corner of the room like some sleep paralysis demon, Andrew to pop, lock, and drop it, Eska to write a song about laundry nights, Jasney to spam balls in the chat, Hadley put her cat in a transparent bag that said gay baby jail, and Moose to grind his bottle and his mic and yell water bottle,
I
and
can't
for Matt to
remember
think vampires
what-
actually...
Vampire. Like, that's... I know that's not correct. Vampire. I know that's not right. Vampire.
even would talk to her in the first place. I think it's simply crazy that by following someone I had found to be funny on my For You page, it would lead me here and make this possible for me to talk about today. It's just amazing the group that came together for that short time and those that even met in person later on. It's just wild how far this actually went. And although we don't talk a lot anymore and our prime might be done, I'm still grateful for the time we did. I never have clicked with such a diverse group of people all living in different parts of the country and hell, even the world, as fast as I did with this one. And I don't know if I will again. So I just want to thank you guys, all of you, because without you, I don't know what life would be like today or if life would have gotten better and be continuing in general. So even in that short time, you all made me actually confident in myself for once in my life and really made me open up as a person. So I can't thank you all enough, but maybe we can play laundry again sometime or just simply chat, I don't know. I care about you all so much, love you guys, and hope everything is going well at the moment and continues to do so for everyone.
Fell asleep on the couch tonight. I can't make you understand. You make sense, but only sometimes. You touch me without hands. Don't you have somewhere to be other than sitting here smiling at me? Don't you make me wonder about you? It's getting late and my phone is dead. I've got plans early tomorrow. I'll hate myself in the morning. This is time that I've borrowed. Don't you have somewhere to be? You're pushing me out but not making me leave. Don't make me cry. You can watch, but I've pulled down the blinds and I'm tired of leaving my lovers behind. Where do I go? Keep the light on, I can't go to You're pushing me out, but not making me leave. Don't make me cry. You can watch, but I've pulled down the blinds, and I'm tired of leaving my lovers behind. Where do I go? Don't you have somewhere to be? I'm watching your heart break right in front of me. Where do I go?
Boone Cannon.
Boone Boone? Wait. Does that say Boone Cannon?
That's his name, yeah. Boone
Boone
Cannon.
Cannon.
Boone Cannon.
That's.
Buchanan,
I
ladies
feel
and
bad
gentlemen.
for him.
Buchanan.
I feel bad for him. Okay, bye.